Hey there everyone, it's Talking Flicks here. Yeah, it's a bit awkward, just ignore that please. And, no, shoot, go away, go away. Just ignore that part. But welcome to Talking Flicks. And yeah, this is my new YouTube channel where we're gonna review a movie here today. If you want to tell by the title, yep, there's me in the corner. Good old Evan, aka me, who is your host, who is hosting Talking Flicks here. In the movie we are reviewing today is a very special film. We're reviewing the whole world MCU franchise, and we are reviewing Iron Man. Yeah, we're gonna get into all the nitty gritty. We're gonna get into the background, the good, the bad, all of it. We're gonna get into loads of information about Iron Man in about around a 15-minute runtime, I'd say. And so yeah, this should be fun. Please like and subscribe. Please listen to the channel. And here we go. Let's get into the proper review. Let's start with the background info, baby. Yeah, fun, right? See, there's me having a ball in there. Yeah, we're gonna learn about some background info about this film. And so, where do we even start? We got the script here. They didn't know what to do because they had like 10 interpretations of the script. And yeah, this is like the script, by the way. And just they had no idea what to do. And just they were pretty much making the movie as they go along. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So that was cool, and I was interested in learning about that. Hope you guys are too, because there was no proper script pretty much. They tried so many times and it kept on failing. So they eventually just decided to wing it, and lucky enough that worked for them, and that's really cool. And anyway, something about the 90s here is that they were making an Iron Man movie in the 90s, or they were gonna make one, and it was supposed to star none other than the one and only Tom Cruise. So it might have been interesting to see that actually, but looks like clearly that didn't end up happening. But yeah, that could happen. And then yeah, you get to Robert Downey Jr. here, and he just got stuff. He got out of jail and everything. And so he got his redemption with this movie, and so really great for him, really lucky. And yeah, this was his shot at redemption, and he took it gratefully. And just yeah, Robert Downey Jr. What would we do without him? Then you got Jon Favreau, who directed this movie, and there was a few other films he directed, but the main one he was known for before this movie was Elf. And just when you watch you think Iron Man, you don't think Elf. And so it was really impressive that worked out. He had also directed other movies like Zathura. I have not personally seen, but I love Elf. I think that's an awesome movie, but you see Elf, you don't think Iron Man at the end of the day, so interesting choice with Jon Favreau, but hey, it worked out very well, and that's awesome. So props to you, Mr. Jon Favreau, or Mr. Favreau, however you want to say it. And let's get into some money talk here. The budget for the movie was $140 million, so you gotta take that in with a grain of salt, because you gotta talk about marketing and everything that would just about double the whole budget, so it'd be about $280 million. And then you got the opening weekend, did $98 million for a character, a C-list superhero like Iron Man, making $98 million on its opening weekend. That's pretty impressive, because barely any people had heard of the movie. They're breaking in the cash for this movie. It did $319 million, not worldwide, domestically. So props to them, man. Over 300 million domestically for a character very few people cared about. That's pretty darn great. Then you got worldwide almost 600 million, 585 there. Really great, very well done, Marvel Studios. And without this movie, we would not have the future with the MCU, and we would not have the MCU that we have today. So props to them. Some interesting background facts here, I think, and this is pretty cool. Should be getting on to some other stuff here. They're making the cash. And then, there was one other thing that actually interested me about the movie, and that was they were going to include the freaking Mandarin. I stretched it out there, but hey, it was supposed to include the Mandarin, and in like the first 10 scripts or whatever they tried, it was all supposed to have the Mandarin, and Obadiah was meant to be a secondary villain, and that's just really interesting in my opinion. Also, never mind, sorry, and yeah, that's just pretty interesting to me, that Mandarin was meant to be a main villain, and that didn't end up happening, and eventually later happened in another movie, so that's pretty cool with Iron Man 3, and it looks like that was also going to happen. It is going to happen, it looks like, in Shang-Chi as the main villain, because, spoiler alert, some people did not like the way they handled the Mandarin, but now we are getting into the good of the film, and luckily, there's a lot of good. Yes, little me, yes, there is a lot of good in this film, but also, this is a spoiler review, so, spoiler alert for everyone who does not know this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen Iron Man, check it out. That's all I'm going to say. So, first off, for the good, Robert Downey Jr. did amazingly in this movie. I mean, just what we had to work with. I mean, he had barely anything to work with, yet he did so good. And just him alone, his star power, not his star power, but his overall acting just made everyone around him that much better. So props to him. He was amazing in the film. He's amazing in just about every Marvel movie. He is amazing in every Marvel movie, but you know, this is the one where we really got to see him shine. And you were shocked by how well he did as Iron Man here. And also the other thing about Iron Man is I'm a sucker for origin stories, and I love loads of superhero origin stories. I love Batman Begins. I love the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love Deadpool. Those are origin story movies, and Iron Man is no different. That's another awesome movie. So yeah, I'm stuck up for the origin. I love seeing the origin of the character, and yeah, I love Iron Man. Really love this film. In general, I love an origin story. I love a good origin story. That's something I personally gravitate towards. And if you're an origin story lover, definitely want to check this one out. I don't know why I'm checking this out if I'm doing a spoiler review, but whatever. Anyway, the other great thing is how Avengers Endgame makes this movie better, in that Avengers Endgame pays off the franchise so well, and that especially includes Iron Man, with how it pays off it so well. Tony's arc gets capped off so perfectly in this movie, and just seeing him in the beginning, you feel that much more weight and that much more merit, and you feel like it's a much better overall journey because of what they put you through. Even cheeseburger, they even call back to Tony wanting a cheeseburger in this movie to Endgame. That's how well they did with just the MCU in general, and what they did with Tony Stark's character. Really fantastic. He's one of my favorite. I think he is my second favorite character in the franchise, first being Captain America, but yeah. And then Yinsen. Yinsen's such a good character. Again, with the callbacks with him, how Yinsen calls back, and you know, when he said don't waste your life in that cave, it's so good. I love Yinsen as a character. He was such a good side character in the movie. That scene right with him there telling Stark don't waste his life, and then his unfortunate death. It's a really sad and powerful moment, one of the most powerful moments in the entire franchise, if you ask me. Just love it, and it makes the movie all the better because of it. So yeah, Yinsen, really awesome character, props to you. And just overall, the cast in general did a fantastic job with the movie. Jeff Bridges did great with Obadiah Stane, really great acting from him, really great performance. I mean, that Tony Stark built this in the cave line, just freaking beautiful. Gwyneth Paltrow did really good as Pepper Potts as well. Nothing really too much more to say, but she did good. And then Terrence Howard, I actually like him as Rhodey. I think he did pretty good. It's just the actor swap that bothers me. It's like I don't like seeing actor swaps. It's just me though. If you can I'll look past it eventually, but you know, it's kind of weird to start with. But you look past after about 5 minutes. And then Jon Favreau did amazing. I mean, who expected him to do this good? He did Elf before this. And then the action in this movie is so good. Jon Favreau knows how to direct action. I mean, just look at this here. The movie looks really good here. Overall, great special effects. Seeing Iron Man blow up a tank and walk away from it, just an awesome shot there. Really love that. Props to you, Jon Favreau. You did the best you could, and you did amazing with your best is amazing, luckily. And so, really great there. Really proud of him. And then the dialogue in this movie, the dialogue is on point. I know there was no script, but somehow the dialogue was amazing. And you know, just Robert Downey Jr., the way he delivered everything, and the lines he was given, or the lines he improv, just perfect, right on point there. Really love that. Very good with Robert Downey Jr. and just everyone in general with their overall lines and script and everything, especially that don't waste your life. And of course, I Am Iron Man, absolutely amazing. And again, the callback with Endgame, just so good. It's just such a good movie, man. I love this movie so much. The I Am Iron Man quote is awesome. And now we unfortunately do have some bad in the film that we must talk about. Yeah, I'm sorry, me, but there is some bad in here, so we gotta talk about that. Gotta go full in-depth review here. And we're gonna start with the final battle. The final battle is actually not too shabby. The thing about it is, yeah, it's kind of eh. I don't want to say that it's meh, because it's actually pretty decent, but the problem is the final battle, you're comparing it to the rest of the film, and the final battle does not stack up to that rest of the film, and so because of that, it kind of leaves you on a bit of a dud. Not enough of a dud to take away from the experience, but it's not the best final battle. I think we can all acknowledge that. It's not bad by any means, but it's not the best. It could have been better. It was good at best. It was like okay to good, that sort of range. It was, I think it's pretty good actually. I'll give it a good, but it's nowhere near the rest of the film. I love that first hour of the film. And then the other thing about Obadiah Stane here, just he switches from good to evil way too quickly. Yeah, sorry, I just had to throw that quote in there. It's just Obadiah Stane, it just doesn't work for him, you know. Apologies for the log thing there, just ignore that please. And just, you know, it doesn't work with Obadiah. I mean, not that it doesn't work, that Jeff Bridges did great with the role. Oh, we're moving on. In conclusion with the film, just ignore what happened. Iron Man, awesome movie. Absolutely love it. Yeah, the thing about Obadiah Stane is that just the tonal shift from him going from good to bad is too quick. That's really what I'm trying to say. But overall, really great movie. Absolutely love Iron Man. Such a perfect start to the MCU. It's about as good as you can do for a start to a franchise, and so Iron Man, big props to you, big props to everyone who worked on the film, and just, yeah, I give it a 93%, I think it's an awesome movie, and just, yeah, I love the first Iron Man. I do have some critiques with it, that's why it's not, you know, 100%, I mean, very few movies are 100%, but still, 93%, that's no score to, shake it, you know, very good on Iron Man's part. Really awesome movie, highly recommend Iron Man if you haven't seen it and you just watched a spoiler review and haven't seen it for some reason. Please watch Iron Man, it's an awesome movie, just so good, absolutely love Iron Man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry about it being a bit weird with how the speed was and everything. I actually pre-recorded this presentation here before, and then I did the audio over, and so it's a bit weird. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like on the video if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. You have to end it. And I'll see you next time, and I'll just leave you with a little clip at the end here because I think it's pretty cool. So, bye-bye.